The older Final Fantasy games are, frankly, scary to me. I didn't grow up playing these games, only getting into the RPG genre during the PS2 era. These old pixel RPGs that were really the granddaddies of the genre, they just felt intimidating to someone who, and please don't judge me too harshly here, started his RPG journey with Kingdom Hearts. So the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster collection is actually perfect for me. There can't be too many people left who are in my situation, interested in JRPGs but never played the classic Final Fantasy games. Even with the convenience of having the 6 games on one cartridge and the quality of life improvements that I knew were in the games, I was still nervous about starting Final Fantasy 1. I figured I would need a walkthrough to get through this game. I did not, in fact, need a walkthrough. I only got stuck on where to go twice, once after the Earth Shrine and once after the Fire Shrine. More importantly, the game was fun. Like, shockingly fun. I've talked before, chiefly in my Octopath Traveler 2 video, about how much I dislike needless complexity in video games. Final Fantasy 1 definitely does not have needless complexity in its mechanics. I wouldn't go so far as to call it elegant, but it does not overwhelm the player with superfluous systems. Let's talk about those quality of life improvements for a minute, because I absolutely love them. I wish more RPGs would take note of how the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster collection handles difficulty. The game doesn't have an easy mode that makes fights less difficult. Instead, it lets you customize the amount of XP and gil you receive from fights, as well as turn random encounters on and off. This is, and I cannot stress this enough, complete and total perfection. I don't want a picnic mode for my RPGs. I just want the option to skip the meaningless grind and to get where I'm going without being interrupted by a pointless battle with scrub enemies every 10 steps. The boss fights don't get any easier, you just get to skip a bunch of filler. These two features make this game incredibly accessible, even to people who don't have a lot of time to devote to it. The game begins with you creating your own party of 4 heroes from various job classes. I went with a fighter, a monk, a white mage, and a black mage. You can name them whatever you want because they don't have a background or a history that contributes to the story in any meaningful way. These are blank slate protagonists, essentially. Although, I'm not gonna lie, I had the biggest, goofiest grin on my face during this sequence when they got their upgraded job classes. I'm gonna ask you to ignore the fact that I didn't realize my monk needed to be unarmed until literally the final dungeon of the game. Final Fantasy 1 doesn't do a lot of hand-holding in regard to your characters, their abilities, and their equipment. The story is nothing to write home about, but it's serviceable for providing a framework to explore this world, and naturally it introduces a lot of concepts that become series staples. Crystals, airships, chaos, job classes. The time loop plot element came out of left field, and Garland is not great as an ultimate antagonist. But the story never gets in the way, never actively detracts from the experience of playing Final Fantasy 1, which is more than I can say for some later games in the series. Bottom line, if you've never played Final Fantasy 1 because you're intimidated by the oldness of its school, I'm here to tell you that you need to give the Pixel Remaster Edition a try. I was blown away by how much fun I had with it, to the point that I wanted to jump into Final Fantasy 2 right away. If you'd like to be sure that you catch the video for that game, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.